Kalen DeBoer's former quarterback, Michael Penix, predicts that he'll have Alabama as the national championship. Take them to the promised land. Get that big statue outside of Bryant-Denny Stadium in the next 3 years. Mark Sears, Alabama basketball, SEC Player of the Week, and two really nice wins. One over Auburn, third straight win over the Tigers, and one over the Tigers. No, the LSU Tigers. Yeah, but a great week for Alabama basketball after losing to Tennessee and being called out by Coach Nate Oates. The Senior Bowl. Yep, practice starts today. One guy that I think you need to watch out for, NFL teams are going to be paying a close attention to Senior Bowl practice, Chris Braswell. Keep an eye on him. We're going to talk about all that right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Make sure that you guys like and follow. Give us a thumbs up. That's a way of saying roll tide. Let's get this party started. What do you say, everybody? Welcome to the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. I'm Mick Gillispie, obviously not in the home studio, but on vacation here in the Keys, trying to get some R&R, but I couldn't leave you guys high and dry as we talk Alabama football on a daily basis, right? Anyway, maybe another day I'll leave you high and dry. Throw maybe Catfish or Big Elmo in there. Anyway, love the comments. You guys have been killing it. Let me talk about some football, though, here as I try to get all this wrapped up so I can get a boat drink and chill out, right? I thought this was great. On WNSP in Mobile, Michael Penix comes out and says, hey, I think Alabama is going to win a national championship. My former coach is going to take him there. Give him 3 years. Now, how about that? How cool would that be? It's crazy because a lot of people on the chat board have been upset that Marlon Humphrey, when Nick Saban retired, said, get in the transfer portal. I don't know if he was being serious or not, but you guys were hammering him after the Ravens lost in the playoff yesterday or 2 days ago on Sunday, right? You guys were hammering you were hammering him for losing, right? And it was all based on that, right? Well, let's talk about Penix. He played for DeBoer at Indiana, was a great quarterback there, then went to Washington and helped DeBoer turn Washington into a champion. They won the last Pac-12, maybe of all time. Who knows what's going to happen there in the future. Then on top of that, they rolled over into the college football playoff, and they took out Texas and lost the national championship game before he came DeBoer to Alabama. So it's cool to see Penix say that. It shows me that Penix has a lot of belief in what Coach DeBoer is doing, and I think that means a lot to Alabama as they move forward. So some positive vibes there for the Crimson Tide. Now, Senior Bowl practice is kicking off today in Mobile, and you're saying, okay, who's the guy to watch? And I think it's easy. I think there's an easy guy to keep an eye on of the former Alabama players anyway. A guy who a lot of the NFL teams are going, you know what? This is a guy that we would love to have on our team. And it's none other than Chris Braswell. I think Chris Braswell is going to be a real player for an NFL team. He was kind of that guy that wasn't afraid to get his helmet dirty, get in there and make some plays, lay hats on folks. This is a guy who you put on your team, makes tackles, makes big plays. He's going to be missed at Alabama. Was reading stories about teams like Philadelphia who faded down the stretch. Wouldn't they like to have one of those guys from Alabama that comes in there? Braswell, definitely someone to watch. Now, look, Bigby's great, and and Will Reichard may be the guy that you need too. With like you're watching the Packers miss all those kicks. Hey, if you had Reichard, maybe you make those. But I really feel like the guy to watch is this guy right here, and we'll do that as the Senior Bowl practice gets started. And it's a big event in Mobile. I feel like everything's big but the game, right? Like we get excited about the Senior Bowl, and then when the game happens, no one watches. But it's all the stuff leading up to it. Scouts are watching how guys practice, what they do on the field, how they get from one point to another. And I think that's why Braswell really gives Alabama fans, well, when he was on the team, he was fantastic, kind of an unsung hero. And I think that the scouts are going to see that. He's going to give Alabama another one of those guys that gets to the NFL and makes a big impact. And he's a senior, which for negotiating purposes doesn't always help. The underclassmen have all the leverage. But Mark Sears, how about this? Leads Alabama to back-to-back wins, and he's the SEC Player of the Week. I thought that this was really great, and it was something that you wanted to see for Alabama. I mean, Nate Oates called these guys out and was basically like, look, you guys got your butts kicked by Tennessee. You either going to – what are we going to do? You're going to show up, are you going to take care of business, or are you going to roll over? And then they took care of Auburn, and then they took care of LSU, and Alabama – gets a player recognized in Sears as the Player of the Week. And if Alabama's going to roll in basketball, and I know some of you guys aren't really into the hoops like others, but this is the guy that's going to lead them there. He's their star player on this year's team. But when they got in there and they started playing defense, they had different results, right? And those different results were, hey, we can win. Sometimes you have a game like that Tennessee game, and it's an eye-opener for you. And you go, you know what? This isn't the best we can do. And you start to turn things around. Anyway, that's it for the show. Obviously, I've got a lot of other stuff going on here, but I appreciate all of you guys hanging out. Have a fantastic day. And don't forget to get in those comment sections. Let us know what's going on. Oh, I also want to remind you, if you need a vacation, go over to Pearl River Resort, hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, 2 hours from Birmingham. They got the slots, the table games. They got the sports book at the Timeout Sports Lounge, Golden Moon Casino. You're talking about Dancing Rabbit Golf Course, which is the Augusta that you can play. They've got the spa over there. It's a fantastic place. And all of us need to recharge our batteries. Get a group of friends and go over and have a good time. And tell them that Mick sent you from the Bama Tailgate Show. Maybe I'll see you over there. Roll Tide, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.